Welcome, Collective, to Timeless Energy. I'm Barbara. This is a general timeless reading. It's entertainment purpose only. Alright, if it doesn't resonate, don't make it yours. I've got plenty of other videos. There are plenty of other readers. Hold on to what does resonate and leave the rest of what doesn't or can't be applied to your situation to the next person. Alright? Watch out for scammers. I've heard a lot about this, actually. This is my disclaimer. I do not reach out. I do not do personal reads of any kind. So if anybody reaches out and they're trying to convince you that they're contacting for me, this is my disclaimer. It is not. Alright, thank you for liking and subscribing. I am a very small channel. If you enjoy the content, by all means, press like and subscribe. The subscriptions added to what I've already gotten, very slowly, together, will help YouTube send my videos out farther. And this is what I need the most support with. Okay, now, as far as donations, there is a link in the description box. I have two. I have an email, which is PayPal. It starts with Harmony. And I have a Cash App. I frankly don't know how to use either one. We're a very small channel here. Okay? If you do appreciate, it's always welcome. Alright? Now, let me see here. Today I am doing... Lift this up a little bit. The Wild Unknown Tarot. I'll be pulling 3 cards from it. I will be doing the Learning Tarot cards because I prefer those as a secondary. And then I will be doing the Citadel, which is becoming a pretty much regular thing with what I do with the Citadel because I absolutely love the Citadel. Okay. Now, let's find 3 cards. Okay. Archangel Michael, please help guide us with today's timeless energy message. Please guide us. Spirit guide us. Spirit guide us with a timeless energy message for today. Please guide us. Spirit guide us. Spirit guide us. The timeless energy message for today. Spirit guide us. Spirit guide us. The timeless energy message for today. Spirit guide us. Oops. Spirit guide us with a timeless energy message for today. Okay. 9 of Wands in reverse is our first card out. I like the cards on this deck, Wild Unknown, and I use them once in a while. Spirit guide us for the second card in today's timeless energy message. Spirit guide us. The second card in today's timeless energy. Oh. Spirit guide us. 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 Ah. So we have the 7 of Swords in reverse. Okay, one more card. One more card, Spirit guide us, Spirit guide us. One more card for the timeless energy message for today. One more card, Spirit guide us. One more card, Spirit guide us. One more card, Spirit guide us. One more for the timeless energy message for today, Spirit guide us. One more, Spirit guide us. Okay, and I have the 9 of Pentacles, and that is in the upright. Okay. I hope everyone is doing very well this evening. Let me just make sure these don't spill. I have a cat that's decided they like to chew on the cards. I don't know why. Okay. Now, everybody who's watched me before knows I rely heavily on the chakras. I try to include them. This here, the Nine of Wands in reverse. This is a sacral chakra. Your swords card here in the center, let me get that straight so you can see it. Okay, there we go. Our Seven of Swords is a solar chakra. And our Pentacles card, our Nine of Pentacles, is again a sacral chakra. Okay, I point that out because during the read, I tend to forget that little bit of information, but I am relying on that energy to help clarify. Okay, part of what I'm doing is trying to clarify what the message is. Alright, we're going to try to be as accurate as we can. We're not really quick about this. We take our time. We like to take our time, right? Well, maybe we like to take our time. Okay. Now, the Nine of Wands is in reverse. Alright. Now, normally, if it wasn't in reverse, okay, the Nine of Wands would be like, we have strength, we have staying power, okay? No matter what the situation is, you've been working towards something, you're against like very difficult odds, alright? This is what that is. Now, the thing about it is when the Nine of Wands goes into a reverse situation, your defenses might be down a little bit on the situation. Okay? We're talking about the Sagittarius energy and the moon energy. And the moon is kind of like inner self, alright? It tends to, the mood swings and things, okay? You got the full moon, you got the half moon, you know, you have the little mood swings, and some people like me always blame it on the planet. We always blame it on the moon. Okay, the thing about it is there's some truth to the moon energy. It does cause moon swings. It does. And it has to do with inner feelings, your emotions. And with the Sagittarius energy connected to this. The need for freedom. Now, I'm not talking about a person. Okay, you might have a Sagittarius that you're dealing with. I'm talking about the energy of a Sagittarius. We're not talking about moody and having mood swings necessarily. We're talking about like the antsy need, the nagging need to like cut and be free. Okay? It tends to be like, I've known a couple of Sagittarians. They tend to like to a variety of things. Having a good time, moving around, okay, that kind of thing. But with the energy of Sagittarius with the moon, we're talking about the inner self, and we're talking about that antsy feeling of just needing to get your freedom away from something. Cut free. Alright? Now, I don't know why I picked up on that, because, you know, Sagittarius energy can mean a number of things. I mean, it could be just a matter that you hate the routine of whatever. Okay? Well, this could also add to, you know, just want to, like, cut free and, like, get your freedom from something. But technically, it's that little inner, you know, the inner self with the moon. Alright? Was the Nine of Wands in reverse. It could be creating the energy of being displeased. You've got things to overcome. You're just really, really, really getting this little mood thingy, this little inner gut thing that you just really just don't want to deal with it. You're not a happy camper with that, alright? You tend to be Growing weary. I mean, you've worked really hard on something, but you're really getting tired. You're right, the light is at the end of the tunnel. Right there in front of you. This is the energy of this 9 here. The light is right in front of you. I mean, you can see the end of it. Just a little bit more. You've worked so hard. But see, that mood swingy thing with the moon energy and the Sagittarius, that little like antsy, I just need to cut loose. You know, I just need to move. Okay, let's not derail ourselves, okay, because we can be a little bit over-imaginative. With the moon swing, with the moon energy, you can have like involuntary emotions. If the Sagittarius energy really is like really displeased, it could be a conflict, which is a little spat of something, or having like, don't talk to her, you know, not today, you know. It was pulling your friends off to the side before they walk in the door and say, we have to be real careful because someone's always being, you know, okay. This is the inner self that somebody's dealing with. Well, if you're around a lot of people, they're bound to catch on to the little attitude that you're copping, or what appears to be displeasure. It might not be that you're upset about anything. It's just that you're almost done. You put all this work in, and you just can't wait. I mean, you just really need to pull away for a little bit and just get some space. Okay? Now, we're going on and on and on about that one. But you know, with the 7 of Swords here, in reverse, has to do with arguments and quarrels. Again, you have the moon energy, that inner self, that like a mood swingy inner self. But with this here, you have the Aquarius energy connected to it. The Aquarius energy, well, that energy doesn't invite closeness. And if you're kind of like getting that, like, copping that little attitude, acting like, you know, you're not happy, or, you know, that little mood swing, or whatever, the ants you need to get away, is starting to be visible. Because it is the inner self you're dealing with. But you know what? If you've got people that are really close to you, and they know you really well, they're going to pick up on that little, like, mood swing that you're dealing with right now. They're going to say, oh, yeah, well, we better, like, okay. Now, the thing about it is, in reverse, with this 7 of Swords in reverse, this is definitely revealing something that might have not been completely above board. Somebody's not telling the truth, or maybe somebody doesn't tell the truth ever. Dishonesty is like a regular thing with that person, or whatever. A small little thing that is like right underneath your skin, digging, is that the lies are right out there. I mean, it's obvious. You cannot miss it. Okay. You've got the situation where you've got the person with, you know, the facts. You got the person that's not being told the facts, okay? Not being told is not being lied to. But you're in a situation where you have been lied to. There is definitely something that you have been misled intentionally. This could be the energy of something that was taken. And because you pitched a bitch about it, it suddenly showed up and reappeared. Or the energy of something or somebody near you who is trying to get something that doesn't rightfully belong to them. And it could be maybe not something physical, but maybe control of something. Okay? Or using something that belongs to you rightfully, or trying to pressure you into taking something that you don't want to part with. Okay, this is the energy of the 7 of Swords. Now, with the Aquarius of not inviting closeness and this moody, like, inner self thing that we're dealing with. Okay, We are like talking about like maybe little spats. We are like talking about possible slander. If you're going to be manipulating somebody into getting something that isn't rightfully yours, and then they you know, hey, the word no, it is a full sentence. But that really gets you, and you didn't want to hear that? Well, we're talking about the energy of maybe talking shit about somebody. You know what I mean? The truth of the matter is, what you're saying probably isn't true. What you're saying is probably completely because you were trying to get something that wasn't rightfully yours to begin with. And everybody knows it. What a lucky person. You know what? You got all this going for you, but you didn't work for it. It's not rightfully yours. It never was yours. You just got yourself in that situation. And the thing about it is, the word no, it's a full sentence. And you don't like hearing it. Now, the Seven of Swords. Normally, what do you see here in the card? You see here where one of the swords is underneath the fox? Or you can see it better if it's like this way. Okay, you see right here where one of the swords is underneath the fox? You know, that is actually a really, really good way of visualizing what this card really means. It is about the secret that's being kept. And are you the one that's keeping the secret, or are you the one that's being left out in the cold and not being informed? Alright? This does have to do with some kind of deceit. And, you know, the thing is with this energy is that it's pretty obvious. I mean, the elephant is not only in the room. The elephant just sat on your brand new couch and flattened it. It's right out there, okay? In this case, you need to, like, if you're dealing with a conflict, you might consider directly looking into the reason for the secrecy, how you felt, why you decided not to be completely upfront and honest, and deal with it. Instead of being ostracized by everybody in the club, okay, you need to look at the reason why you chose to keep that information secret or to yourself. And you know what? You might need to impart that information to somebody who's going to make sure you don't get ostracized. But, you know, it does look like a little bit of a conflict. Alright. In some cases, it's not about being ostracized. It's about, like, feeling really guilty. You really understand, truly, why you just didn't share how you felt about that, or what was really going on. But to be honest with you, you can feel guilty all you want. It's better off that you didn't share it, and you feel that that's the way it is. It's better off you didn't share it. And you don't feel guilty about that part, but you're still feeling guilty about the need to withhold that information. Usually relationships last longer if there is trust. And the thing is, not a matter of a lack of trust when you don't share information. When you don't share information, it's to prevent a conflict of some kind. To be honest with you, with the moon energy of that, like, inner self, this was a personal decision. It wasn't having anything to do with anyone outside of you. And it is a caring energy in the Aquarius that maybe propelled that decision. But you can see that sword underneath that, like, what is that? a fox. Sneaky little fox. You can see the sword. The fox is sitting on it. That speaks volumes. Alright, now the Nine of Pentacles is in the upright. And we have the Virgo and Venus. Was the sacral chakra of the Nine of Pentacles. Now, with the Nine of Pentacles, we are talking about accomplishments that you've earned. With the Nine of Pentacles, this is not something where you were dealing with like the luck of the draw type thing. This is something that you really put the sweat and tears into, okay? And what it took to overcome the pitfalls to reach the goal. Took strength. Definitely took strength. And this does deal with pentacles. Alright? The thing is, with the pentacles, the level of success amounting to the level of the lifestyle that you are able to exist in. Alright? Well, hey, you know, the shiny hot rod and the fancy, everything's brand new, and the better neighborhoods, the luxury of showing success. But this is something that is earned. Okay? This is the energy of the Nine of Pentacles. You put the work in for this. You put the work in for this. And nobody's going to take that away. Okay? The thing is, it's obvious. It's like visibly right there. In front of you. There's no way that anybody can actually say anything about it. If they do, it's going to be assumed that that's just a jealous person who's really like pushed out of shape, that you have made some kind of success out of the situation that you're dealing with. Now, this Pentacles card is a sacral chakra, and the thing is, this energy is being passionate about what you do, what your interests are. There might be a situation if you're dealing with a person and you're thinking that this is resonating with somebody that you know, that their success was completely connected to the fact that they're passionate about what they do when they're earning money. Keep that last word, when you're earning money. I'm passionate about a lot of things, but none of them actually earn me money, okay? We're talking about somebody who's passionate about what they do for a living, and they have made a successful level of respectability with all of that sweat and effort that they put in there. Okay, this is the energy of this. And that's why I use the chakras, because with the solar plexus here, okay, you have the willpower to change anything. You've got plans and you have every intention of achieving them. The thing about it is, with this energy here, the little fox is sitting on the sword. There's a little bit of deception here. That some people know what's going on and some people don't get informed. Now, this deception can be many things in many ways. The thing about it is, in this particular situation, this might be where you're dealing with somebody who's not inviting a lot of closeness, or, you know, somebody who's not normally willing to invite closeness. Because, you know, hey, what are you going to do? Walk up to my house and look through the windows? Have at it. Because I got like the little thing you pull down, and I got the one layer of curtains and the second layer of curtains. And if you get really, really close, you might miss the fact that my German Shepherd is standing right behind you while you're standing on my property. Okay? No, not inviting closeness. Laying on that store. Not actually revealing all of what? Okay, this is somebody who has flat out told a lie, though. This is not just like omitting information. This is somebody who's basically lied to another person verbally. Somebody who was not in on exactly the personal details of what all was going on, and you verbally told them something completely wrong to mislead them and make them to believe something that wasn't true. And you're hiding on that, and you're feeling guilty about that. Alright, now, let's see what the Learning Tarot cards have to say. I just need to move on a little bit here, because you know what? To tell you the truth, I got so involved that somebody sent me something to my phone, and I was trying to move my pictures file, and I found a problem with, which, you know what, the thing about it is they got all those little bugs in the computers, and it's just so easy for any tiny little thing to mess up everything in your computerized whatevers. I'm just simply moving a picture, but the computer is saying, oh, we can't do that because, you know what, you've been, you know, serious. Hacked, or, you know, you've been infected by something. If it isn't bad enough that 17 states have seen cases of the measles walk into the medical system, or, you know, all those other things going on, we have to deal with the computers and all that too. Now, okay, we've got the Nine of Pentacles, which means that it's obvious, it's not going to be missed, that you have worked hard, that sweat, that effort. You know, hey, you might not have been physically out there chopping wood. You know what I mean? It's hard to sit at a computer for 9 hours, 10 hours. You know what? You sit in an office job long enough, and you know you're not getting the exercise. It works on your health. After a while, you know, hey, it's nice to know that you've got... Oh, there it is. The Nine of Wands says yes. I saw that right away. Returning to one's roots is what it says. Now, what did we say about that moon? Your inner self. The Sagittarius energy of just like that antsy feeling. The light is, end of the tunnel is right there. You're at the very end of being successful in everything you've worked so hard for. I mean, you don't have that much to work on, but you really get that gutsy, like antsy, like involuntary reaction where you just need to pull away. And here it is, say yes. Pull away. Pull away. It says returning to your roots. Alright, children, childhood memories, past influences, nostalgia, reunions, playfulness, youthfulness, innocent, creativity, kindness, goodwill, simplicity, childness, immaturity, sharing, gifts, charity, family. And where are you getting your support? Okay. That moon energy and that little Sagittarius, where you hate the routine and you just need to get away, and you don't understand this reaction, this moon energy, this inner self. You are definitely picking up an attitude, and you are definitely, especially with the people that are close to you, they're picking up on this attitude. Okay, this is what it is. It has to do with nostalgia of some kind, or influences, maybe your family, or maybe you're in a spot where you just need to take that little break, get away, breathe some air, and, you know, connect and ground yourself. Okay. Now, with the swords here in the center, we were talking about deceit. We were talking about deceit. This is not like sitting on the sword and hiding it. Some people have the information and some people don't. This is a flat out lie. This is somebody has, it's plain and simple. It is so honestly the truth. I mean, you could have missed that lie if they didn't like shine the sun on it at 1 o'clock in the morning. Okay. Somebody's being dishonest. You can see plainly what they're trying to do. or what they have done. Oops, there it goes. And it just flew right out onto the floor. I'm going to take it. You know why? Because it was insistent. Making investments. Is somebody making investments behind your back? Bad business, financial management, and not finishing what you started. Okay, now, what did I say about the light at the end of the tunnel? The Sagittarius energy of getting that antsy. Okay, you really pick up on the attitude of this person that you're dealing with. Okay, the moon energy of what? And the light at the end of the tunnel, you're almost finished. You're right there. You're right on top of it. You're almost finished. You're right there. And it says here that you're not finishing what you started. Okay. It does say make bad financial investments. And the thing about it is I don't see where that applies with this. Because the 9 of Pentacles here, you only need one more pentacle and you're at the end of your cycle. Okay. Finishing what you started is the one that's sticking out with me. And that's because the rest of the message so far is telling me, whatever it is, if you've got that little feeling and you're copping an attitude and everybody around you is going, oh boy, be careful, she's going to blow. Okay. Ground yourself. Whatever it is. It could have to do with the family. It could have to do with the family. It could have to do with your influences from your childhood, which would be your family. But you need to finish whatever it is that you started. You just need to keep going with that. Okay, that's the direction you planned on going. And, you know, you need to work on it and follow through. But you don't want to be known as a quitter anyways, do you? Because once you start making a habit of quitting something, you could do that your whole life long and never finish anything. Okay? Now, to be honest with you, we need one more card. We need to clarify the 9 of Pentacles. Come on, Spirit. Clarify the 9 of Pentacles. One good card. Oh, that's too many. No, actually, I can't take this one. You know why? Because actually, they came out with, in a group, too many cards. And it flipped one over. Okay, let's try that again. Spirit, guide me. Spirit, guide me. Spirit, guide me. We need one for the 9 of Pentacles. We need one for the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, let's see what we got here. The 9 of Pentacles. We need one for the 9 of Pentacles. What's the 9 of Pentacles? Is your Earth and your Venus? Your Virgo and your Venus? Oh, and it is in the upright? And I got 2 and I flipped it. But I'm taking it. I know! It flipped and they were together, and I'm going to take it. First of all, I have haste in reverse. Missed opportunities, you're out of your depth. You're left behind, you're tactless. Somebody's opposing your plans. And this one here, fulfillment, where you're realizing your dreams. You're satisfied, the success, the prosperity, the abundance, the self-esteem, the triumph. Okay, with this energy, it's saying that haste, okay? But you're not going to get fulfillment if there's haste. The haste is in reverse. The haste is in reverse. If you're going to get the fulfillment, you cannot make these moves hastily. You're going to miss opportunities. You're going to find that you're out of your depth. And there might possibly be the energy of someone in the vicinity who's opposing the plans that you're making. So I would be careful, because we did have the deceit energy. We did have the deceit energy in the center of the message. So if somebody's opposing your plans, they might not actually be telling you that. They're just not agreeing with what you're doing. Okay? As long as you're not hurting anybody else and you're not breaking the law, you have every right. You've got free will. That is what God blessed us with, was free will. But it says here, fulfillment and success in realizing your dreams. But it says here, you need to be careful about being hasty. You need to be careful about being hasty. We've already mentioned here that we've got finishing what you started. Alright, even though you saw that light in the tunnel and you want to drop it because you know you're getting antsy-pantsy. Pansy. Okay. But here, if you're hasty, you could miss some opportunities. If you're hasty, you could seriously find yourself out of your depth, and lose control or lose sight of your goal, in a way. Now, if you're not making those choices in a hasty manner, there will be fulfillment. There will be abundance. Okay? And it will be all kudos. All awards. I mean, we're talking the self-esteem is going to be going really strong. Now remember, with the Virgo and Venus and the Nine of Pentacles, you're dealing with the Virgo energy, which is Earth. That does not mean you're dealing with a person who's a Virgo, okay? That is the energy of a Virgo, okay? Grounded, okay? But with the Pentacles, it doesn't surprise me, because you know what? Virgos happen to be really, really good with money, okay? There are some people that aren't. The thing is, you make your decisions really, really fast, and in haste, you're going to have a problem. This is in the upright. And this basically says using discretion, having a little foresight, okay? Because you need to get something for all of the effort you've made. But you need to be discreet. You need to be looking ahead a little bit. And you cannot do it in a hasty manner, or you will have a problem. That is what that says. I would not lie to you. Oh my goodness. My back. And it's very, very difficult these days to actually sit, even for the 1 hour that it takes, upright in a chair. But we're going to do some Citadel. We're ready for the Citadel. I like the Citadel. And we're at 40 minutes, so we need to pull some Citadel. Let's see for the 9 Wands. What does the 9 of Wands say? Oh. Alright. The 9 of Wands. I know that you don't think that you're working very hard. But, you know, I've compared my level of experience to the experience of other people. And I find myself lacking. And the thing about it is, some people are good at some things and some people are good at other things. And you need to work as a team. But that gut feeling or that energy of being antsy, and that doesn't have to be a person who's a Sagittarius. It could be somebody who has Sagittarius rising. Or it could be somebody with Sagittarius in their natal chart. And I would check the house that it's in. Because you know what? You are seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And you need to rein in those feelings. And keep going and complete what it is that you are trying to finish. Or, you know, it won't be good. Okay, now, the 9 of Wands. Ah, we got the Warrior. Perfectionist and burnout. And it's in reverse. Wasn't I just talking about a Virgo? I know the third card is a Virgo energy. But, the Warrior. Virgos are perfectionists, and the energy of the Virgo was that card we just went through. So, the Warrior. I always so tired when I try to do this. I should take some vitamins. There we are. Well, so many things in the news on recalls. I actually started to get like a little worried about consuming food. Well, and that has a little bit to do with probably why I'm feeling so tired. The Warrior. Okay, in reverse. This is a warrior defeated. Remember what I said about that? You're at that, you see the light at the end of the tunnel, you know, you need to finish it. You feel like you know, there's some kind of defeat or some kind of deception. A fighter at the end of their illustrious career. They pushed and pushed until their body and armor is too damaged to continue, and now they're left to wonder what's next. Something in your life is coming to an end, and where do you go now? Oh, wow, that's deep. The thing about it is, with this Sagittarius and the moon is your inner self, right? It's the feeling that you have in yourself. You're not like going out there and telling everybody about like your anxiety, your doubt, or what's going on in your life. You're not, you know, saw somebody peeking in your window trying to find out what your personal business, you probably shoot their head off. Okay, but your inner self. Where do you go next? You've had a long haul. You're tired. It doesn't matter what you used to do, because you know what? You've gotten slow. You've gotten old. You've gotten behind the times. You've lost everything and everybody that mattered to you. They're all gone now. Okay, the Warrior. What are you going to do? Where are you going to go? Now with the Seven of Swords in reverse, this is the deceit. This is where you've been lied to. Somebody is actually being completely dishonest with you about something. Either for whatever reason to get what they need from you, try to sneak in there and take something that doesn't belong to them. Okay, the Sailor, new influences and wanderlust. Oh, the itchy feeling that you had in that first card where you just wanted to get around. That you wanted to leave, you wanted to give up, that's wanderlust, right? But the Sailor, I keep going back to that. Why in the world, after all that hard work and all that sweat and all that effort, are you going to drop the ball and just walk off of the court? That would not make any sense at all, but that is how you feel. You're not sharing it with anybody, although there are some people that might be close to you who are picking up on this attitude that you've suddenly been copping. The Sailor in reverse. A storm has grounded your ship. Ooh. Leaving you feeling trapped and restless. A difficult time may lay ahead, so even though you're eager for a change of scenery or a new venture, now might not be the best time to pursue it. Don't make a break for freedom at the first opportunity. Acting made impulsively now won't work out in your favor. The light at the end of the tunnel, the gut feeling that you felt with that Sagittarius and that moon combination on that first card. You're almost there. You need to complete what you're working on. It says right there. It said it right there. You need, and that was a Taurus energy, by the way. This card that said that. You really need to keep on going. You need to finish what you were working on. Okay? But seriously, don't make a break for the freedom. Your gut feeling on that first card said you want to make a break for that freedom. And this card here is saying, do not make the break for the freedom. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. What's next? We got one more card. We got one more of the pentacles. One more of the pentacles. One more of the pentacles. We got the 9 of pentacles. We need to clarify the 9 of pentacles. Spirit guide me. Spirit guide me. I was sorry about the shuffling and all that stuff. I know it's not as fast as everybody else. It was like 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning or something. There we go. The gambler. Loss and risk. Uh-oh. Didn't we say that somebody was being deceiving, and didn't we pull something that mentioned maybe investments? Okay, hey, putting your money in the stock market, that's gambling too. Trust me. Anything that you're putting your money into that could become a risk, it's a gamble. And you know the thing about it is, if you don't have a lot of experience and it's the first time you've ever done something, you know, nobody could find fault if your lack of experience was taken advantage of. But there are some things that some people or some person has deceived you about. And the gambler, loss and risk. What are we doing here? Dice rattle in cups, voices shout in celebration or disappointment. As the cards are revealed, the air is thick and smoky, and all around you, coins are exchanged in ever-growing amounts. The victorious rejoice, and the unlucky grasp desperately for just a glimmer of success. One figure sits hunched at a table, patting their pockets for a last coin, a final trinket, something to gamble away in search of the fortune that must surely be waiting in the next hand. The gambler keeps coming back, convinced that the things will eventually turn in their favor. Repetition does not necessarily mean success. However, and for the gambler, it means losing everything. We're not always just talking about sitting at a poker machine now here. There are many ways that you can gamble. Whatever obstacle you keep encountering, doing the same thing over and over again, it clearly isn't working. Stop gambling on the hope that things will change. Instead, change your habits or your approach if you want to make progress. Now, how about that? I know in the Bible it says moderation is the key. And you know what? I come from a state where gambling is very, very popular. And to me, I lived for quite a bit of my life without ever doing that until I married. Now, the thing about it is with the gambling, it's not just the casinos. It's anything that you take a risk on. When we mention the energy of the perfectionist over here, okay? I mean, you could, waste a lot of time trying to be a perfectionist, but, you know, every time you walk out the door, you're taking a gamble. Every time you push yourself to the point of exhaustion, you're going to end up, in the hospital or sick. You're taking in a gamble. You're not planning properly. Okay, you're not planning. You're not seeing the whole picture. You didn't lay things into place. You took risks. You were hasty. That's gambling. It's not just the casinos, but it's still gambling. And this is what it's talking about. If you're gambling and you're hasty, and the hasty was the same level here. Okay. If you're hasty and you're gambling something that you cannot afford to lose. Okay? That is where we're at right here. Okay. Let's see what the rune cards have. We've got a little bit of time. I'm pulling the Runes Oracle. I went back to the Runes Oracle Because, you know, they were my first oracle cards. They were actually the first oracle cards. And I kind of like them. I've tried some of the other oracle cards, and, well, some of them are fun, actually. Some of them are fun, and some of them are confusing. I don't have a lot of them. And many of them were gifts. So, let's see what the Runes Oracle have to say about this risk, this taking this hasty, risky gamble on whatever it is you're dealing with. What does the Rune Oracle have to say? Spirit guide me. Spirit guide me. There we go. Menas. Man. Interdependence. This rune is the rune of humanity, family, and departure. It symbolizes the link between men and gods. Interdependence. Well, the rune of humanity. The rune of family. Didn't we say here family? Childhood memories and family. We mentioned that? Yes, okay. So, learned behavior. We do things based on how we were raised. Well, that has to do with family. And humanity is, hey, we're all human beings. We're not touching on that one. So if you stopped looking at somebody like they are, you know, a human being, and that they might have feelings just like you do, okay, we might all actually start getting along better in the world. Okay? The thing about it is there are truly people out there who forget that. Alright? To be nice about it. You're going to be deceiving about it. You really didn't want to invite that person to the party. It was okay sitting in the class at school with that person, but to be honest with you, you really probably thought you were better than that person. And when it came right down to inviting all of the other people in the class to that party, you really didn't want to invite that person. You just didn't want them. Well, if you did invite them, there was a reason that was deceptive. It was not because you liked them. Okay? So, we're talking about humanity. We're talking about treating people the right way. I'm going to go overboard about it because you know what, to tell you the truth, if you're going to lie about it, you might be better off like leaving the person alone. Okay. We're going to pull an Archangel Animals card here. I got these as a gift. I'm still learning them. I'm curious to see what I pull on this. We've just got a couple minutes here. Let's see what do we have about the overall situation on our message here. I think that if you guys have been paying attention, you've kind of figured out, if you resonate, what this message is. The hyena. Dare to be different. Archangel Jophiel. Oh my goodness, okay? The hyena. We're talking about like being deceptive here, okay? We're going to pull the hyena. Let's see what the hyena has to say. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I have never pulled this one before. I haven't actually pulled a lot of these cards, but you know, I am definitely interested in knowing about what this one says. Hyenas are very intelligent and most unusual animals. They originate from Uranus and step into Earth through Sirius. All creatures from Uranus are harbingers of change and often behave in ways that challenge the norm and bring about social transformation. Hyenas are uniquely experimenting with the variant of long front legs and short back ones. Usually females are the leaders and heavier than males. Archangel Jophiel works with these animals to keep their connection to Uranus clear. These sociable and disciplined animals are learning and teaching about love, family, community within a tight social structure. They express their intentions with great clarity. Their sole mission is to accept that they are different, They're also learning to understand and balance their opposing qualities, like cowardice with boldness and timidity, and being timid with being ferocious. Their service mission is to clear up all leftovers so that our planet is kept clean physically and energetically. Hyena's wisdom reminds you to accept your own special qualities. We're all different, and you are called on to rejoice in your uniqueness. Be ready to bring about change in the dynamics of your family or community or in a work situation. Decide what is for your highest good, knowing that when something is right for you, the universe ensures it is in everyone else's best interest. And that's true. If it's right for you, and you're going in the right direction, it is in everybody's best interest, not only yours. Balance any resistance with the tendency to be forthright. Listen to your inner guidance and act on it. Remember that self-discipline is the basis for ascension and mastery. Be yourself at all times. When you dare to be all you truly can be, people will admire and respect you. I think that this has to do with being who you are. Knowing who you are is the first part of that. And knowing what direction that you're going. But when you're seeing the light, and I cannot get over this, that first card, you're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and you get this antsy feeling that you just want to, like, scoot right off the edge of the table and run. Or you get to shut down the computer and take a drive across the state. You know, just like totally walk away. If you're looking at the end of that tunnel, do not do that. Okay, this basically says that whatever it is that you're doing, you need to actually complete it. You need to follow through to the finished, done product. I really appreciate you spending some time with Timeless Energy today. I do break these down into short edits. They are posted out there. Hopefully, if you liked my video or my content, please press the like. If you've never watched this before and you are not already subscribed, please consider subscribing to me. We really need the help. The channel's small, and you know, YouTube sends out further if the subscriptions are like increased. I do appreciate your time and your effort to follow this through to the end. If you're listening to me now, by all means come back and see Timeless Energy again, and good night.